it's Sharie. I asked a week or so ago if you guys had any questions for me to do a Q&A, and you did, and I'm gonna do them right now. So we'll start off on Facebook. The first question is from Jennifer M. How do I get rid of under eye circles, dark circles? I really wish I could help you with that question. I actually don't suffer from dark under eye circles. Even when I'm like not asleep or any of that, they just don't have a darkness to them. So I wish I could help you, but I don't have any tips other than concealer. Best advice ever. The next question is from Emily S. What are your top eye makeup brushes? I love Eco Tools brushes, and I love Real Techniques brushes because they're affordable and they're easy to get and they're high quality, they're easy to wash. I love them all. I have a lot of them. Tips for concealing under eyes when you have fine lines. Now this I might be able to help you with because I do have fine lines. My first tip is do not get a super creamy concealer, like a super full coverage concealer. And if you do, make sure you bring it way down and blend, because the more you cake up under there, the more it's going to settle into those pores. I also sometimes extend my eye primer under my eye just to kind of flatten out that area. And when you're done with your beauty blender and you're doing all that kind of stuff and you go to put on any setting powder, don't pack that on either. I mean, very lightly, just put a little bit enough under there to suck up the oil, but don't cake anything under there because it's gonna really stick in them lines. Favorite healthy recipes? We're super boring eaters, and I don't have the healthiest of recipes, but we basically like stick to protein, healthy starch, and vegetables for dinner. So usually I will do a grilled or baked chicken breast, and then we'll do some steamed or roasted veggies, and then I usually will split a sweet potato, so like he gets half and I get half, just roasted. That's pretty much like dinner. I like easy, minimal ingredients, minimal prep time. It just makes, you know, cooking and eating better way easier if you simplify it. How do you get your liners so fierce? Oh, thank you. I think my left eye is always a little intoxicated, but I will actually link a video down below from a YouTuber here, Raw Beauty Christy. She did a video on how to fix your liner when it's not completely done, and it does work. I don't do it every day just because I'm lazy, but it really helped me out, so I will link that down below for you. Love your videos, by the way. You're such a down-to-earth chick, and I adore you. Thank you, Emily. I love you. The next question is from Brianna K. What's one thing you've learned about yourself this year that you didn't know before? I feel like this year was kind of growth for me. You know, I started YouTube. I guess that was technically last year, but you know, I just learned that my personality, that I thought things about myself that I thought I had to kind of squash down, are what make me who I am, and being on YouTube has kind of made me feel more okay with myself than I was before. I was always kind of afraid of my kind of wackiness and my personality and my sense of humor, you know, in public or with friends, but now I'm just kind of like, you know, take it or leave it. Alright, so now we're going to pop on over to YouTube. Pop, pop, pop. Cat's Witchin' Kitchen. I just love that name. Because I always refer to myself as a kitchen witch because I like to cook and bake and get in there and do things. So I like that name. She says, are you reading any books? If so, which ones, and what is your impression about them? I'm still trying to finish the Outlander books. There is a traumatizing event at the end-ish of the book, and I had to put it down for a couple of weeks, so I'm picking it back up so I can finish it, but I was sad. She also wants to know, how's the construction on your house coming along, and how's the garden going? The house construction is actually finished. We are finally done. The flooring that we were doing ourselves on the inside is finished. It looks really good. The outside of the house is done. We are super excited about that. We just have to meet with them and go over the finalities, and I don't have to think about them for the rest of my life. The garden is actually doing really well. We had a bad garden year last year, so the fact that they're growing this year is good. I think our soil is finally picking up. You know, it takes some time for you to like compost and turn and grow stuff in your dirt to get it all nutritious and nice. A deer did eat my edamame plant, which I'm a little bit sour about. Watch it, deer, you're gonna be in my jerky maker. Next question is from Bex Toad. I like that name too. What fantasy land or world would you like to live in? Example, Narnia, Hogwarts, etc. I would probably like to live in the Shire. Any of the Lord of the Rings movies. I just want a Shire house. I want to have a community of people that live in like little hills and have these like all wood, rustic, in a little hobby hole with a giant door, and you know, you meet your neighbors and you trade vegetables and have people over for rustic bread and butter. I want to live in the Shire. ALM 1217 asks, do you think you'll ever move out of Georgia? If not, why? If so, where would you like to go? I don't think we'll ever move out of Georgia. My husband's family is from Virginia. My family is from Georgia, but none of them live here. None that I speak to live here. So we don't really have any reason to move out of Georgia unless we just get bored. But I think that if we were to move out of Georgia, it would be because we wanted to like do like a tiny house and like travel the United States and do eBay. Or we would just sell all of our belongings and move to Costa Rica because I want to play with some sloths and I want to work in a sloth sanctuary. So those would be the only two ways we would move out of Georgia. This question is from the Green Queen, Andy. Who is your role model besides your fabulous mom? So fabulous. I don't really have any role models other than my mom. She's just kind of awesome, and she's kind of the person that I'm probably gonna turn into, and I am who I is mostly because of her. So I don't know the answer to that question. What's your all-time favorite song? Girl, that's hard. I got a whole like you know, there's like, I don't have one. There's definitely like multiple songs that like when I come on my iPod, I always listen to them. What's your favorite flower? I love peonies and I love fiddleheads. Fiddlehead, I guess it's not a flower, but I love peonies and fiddleheads. I have peonies in my yard. I wanted them for my wedding, but they were out of season and really expensive. They're just really beautiful flowers, and they only bloom for like a week or two and then they're dead. Like you only get to enjoy them for like a second, but they're just so pretty. When are you coming to Boston so we can frolic together? Oh, I would love to go to Boston, and I would love to frolic with you. I really need to start traveling more. I need to come and see all of my YouTube friends. This one's from Lulu Von Vintage. Do you have any tips on thrifting, and do you think there is an afterlife? For thrifting, I would say always try stuff on, and if it does not fit perfectly, do not buy it. I mean, unless it's like something you can easily alter for not a lot of money. So like if it's too big and you can alter it smaller, that's fine. But I have wasted so much money and time buying stuff that is too small for me, that will never fit me. And it's just tragedy. And I think that really karma-wise, I should leave those for other people who can fit in them to benefit from. So make sure you buy it and love it and it fits. Also look for stains and rips, because nothing is more irritating than getting home and finding a big old hole, or like a cigarette stain, or like a big applesauce stain on your cool new outfit. And smell stuff. I always sniff things, because if it smells like cigarettes or mildew, those are two smells that are really hard to get out, and especially if you're going to resell, you do not want to have that stink for someone else. So I always sniff things. Purses, clothes, smell it. And I think that I do think there's an afterlife. I think there's too much, I can't believe this is it. You only get this little bit of time. I don't know if you come back as another version of yourself. I don't know if you come back as another creature. I don't know if you just dissipate into the earth and become a tree. I don't know, but I think there's something else after this life that's, you know, like a whole new adventure. Or at least I like to hope so. This is from Heartstringthewings. She says, kids, how many? When? We would love to have some kids. I would like to have 2 of them, but I'm getting pretty old, so probably 1 is more likely. But we suffer from unexplained infertility, which means we don't know why we can't get pregnant. There's no medical reason why. But we've been trying since we got married, and it has not happened. We're currently not trying because we just needed a break from like all of that like emotional stress and monthly roller coastering. Plus sexy time is not as fun when you got to schedule it. But yeah, we would like to have some kids. But if it doesn't happen, I think I'll just have more money for makeup and traveling. And I'll get way more naps. Lily Beauty asks, what or who inspired you to start YouTube, and what are your channel goals by the end of the year? Actually, the Homespun Mum here on YouTube inspired me to start YouTube. I will link her down below. She's amazing. I actually met her on Instagram. We were talking about real food and like eating it. We bonded over food. But she had a channel, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And like, I really think that's really like brave of you to put yourself out there like that. And she's like, oh, it's so much fun, you should totally do it. And so I made a video, and I fell in love, and I just met all these wonderful people, and ta-da! What are your channel goals by the end of the year? I don't really make channel goals, mostly because when I started YouTube, I had no I had no thoughts that people would want to hear me talk about anything, so it's always a shocker to me when I get a subscriber and I'm like, wow, like this person thought I was interesting enough to listen to for 20 minutes. Wow! So I don't really set goals. I guess I just want to keep my channel as real as I can. I want to not let anything like smother it or invade it with like negativity or falseness. So I just want to, my goal is to just always kind of keep it real and keep it me, because it's my little space of the internet. But I don't have any like fantasies of grandeur where I think I'll like ever have an income from YouTube or I'll ever have this as a full-time job. I don't think that'll ever happen. So I don't really make goals. I come on here because I don't have any really people in my real life who are into makeup and beauty like I am, so I don't really have like an outlet for that. So that's kind of why I do YouTube. And if YouTube ever became not fun for me or was a negative in my life, then I just wouldn't do it anymore. So I don't really consider YouTube to be like goal worthy. This is from Jareen G. I hope I said your name right, Jareen. What's the most important quality in a partner or best friend? For a partner, gotta be trustworthy and funny. Because if you're not those things, then I don't want to talk to you. And for a best friend, loyal. You know, there's this, you know, I can't say I'm not guilty, but there's just a big fear that every girl that I talk to, like outside of like a little tiny group of girls, you know, say one thing to my face, but talk some mad shit behind my back. So I don't know. I've been burned by a lot of friendships, so I'm kind of cautious when it comes to dim females. What's your favorite book or type of book to read? I like fantasy novels. I like young adult novels like Twilight and vampire books and all them things that basic girls like. Will you give us a tour of your homestead? Thanks so much. I do plan to do that sometime. Once, now that the house is together, we could probably do it much easier now. But we don't have a whole lot to show. I mean, we've got like the chickens and the garden, and the orchard that we started, and like how we do our compost, and the dogs, but you know, we don't have like a fully functioning homestead yet. It's a slow process. It's way more expensive than we thought. But yeah, maybe I'll do like once the garden gets going, I can do like a quick little, this is how we do it. This is how we do it. This one is from Red Burning Fires. I like that name too. What are your goals and dreams that you keep to yourself? I don't really keep anything to myself. I don't know. I'm pretty open book to people in real life and on YouTube. My goals for like the upcoming months, like into the new year, is to get down to my healthy goal weight. 40 pounds down. What? So I want to get down and then really work on completely upheaving my life and, you know, keeping it off. I want it to just, I don't want it to, I'm getting off this roller coaster. So once I reach my goal weight, I really want to stop with the insanity. I also really want to get like our farm and our eBay store going. And I think maybe we'll start trying to make some babies again. Maybe. Where do you find solace when you want to feel peace and calm? I find solace either walking around by myself or singing in my car or sitting on my front porch. I really like to sit on my porch swing and journal. It's just really quiet and it's beautiful and makes me feel all emotional. What was at a time in your life that you wished would last forever, or at least longer than it did last? I would say my kidness. I had a really fun childhood, like running around in the woods and playing with my brother, my foster brother. I had a lot of fun with my friends and just being carefree and young. So I would say up until like freshman year of high school, if I could just relive all of that or had it last longer, it would have been great. At the time, it was just blink, blink, and it was done. I'm sure in a couple years I'll be thinking that this time is amazing. And also our wedding, I know that sounds cheesy, but like our wedding was just awesome and so much fun and so laid back, and we just had such a good time, and it was so fast. Like, ding! I don't even remember half of it. It was just so fast. And then our honeymoon, of course, was super quick. It just felt like it was over. So childhood and wedding honeymoon those all need to last forever. This one is from Sharie H. Some random questions for you. Those are my favorite. Have you ever been to Canada, and do you have any kitties? Do you have any tattoos? I have never been to Canada, but I want to go. I want some Putin. And I want some donuts. And basically I just want to eat. I want to go to Canada and make a snowman, and I want to eat French fries. Do you have any kitties? No, I'm allergic to cats. So we have dogs. I don't know what kind of cat I'm allergic to, but a lot of them I'm allergic to. They just make my face swell up, and they make my eyes water and my throat itch, and I love cats, but I can't touch them, and I can't have them in my house. And I do have tattoos. I answered that one already, so yes! And this last question is from Sharie here on YouTube. I will link her down below because she's amazing. She wants to know if she can touch my butt, and I'm gonna have to go with yes. Anytime. You know you want it. Alright guys, so that was my Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for participating. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!